We are going to start discussing about Rdbms concepts. Okay, maybe some of you know about Rdbms, but still I'm starting right from the scratch. So today we are going to discuss Rdbms concept. So we are talking about working with Oracle database. Okay. So simply to understand, Oracle is an Rdbms. Rdbms stands for Object Relational Database Management System. Okay. It is Object Relational Database Management System. If you want to understand about Rdbms, you have to know about, first of all, you should know about Rdbms, and you should know about database. So DBMS we should know first of all. So to understand about DBMS, you must know about database first. What is database? So before that, you must know about data. What is data? Okay. So here, data is nothing but information. Data is nothing but information. But actually, to understand detail, data is different and information is different. To understand detail, so data is some collection of raw facts and figures. Any numerical value, any text value, or any date value, or any sound, or any picture, whether it is make meaningfulness or not, that is what data. But information must be meaningful, right? It could be in any format. It could be in a paragraph format, or it could be a table format or spreadsheet format, whatever it is, the collection of values, those are meaningful is what? Information. Got it? So generally in any business or in any real world operations, we deal with information. Okay. But every information is data, but every data may not information. Every information is data, but every data may not be an information. So here simply everything commonly we call as data, whether it is meaningful or meaningless. Information also we call as data. That's why I said data is nothing but information, right? So here, what is database? The database is nothing but collection of interrelated data. Database is nothing but collection of interrelated data. For example, if you consider the student information, this is the student information form. In this student information form, you may have the details like student ID and student name and something like date of birth, date of joining, okay, then address, phone number, email ID, education. So these all are the fields actually this information actually available in this student registration form. So this is for one student. This registration form is related to one particular student, right? Like this, we do have multiple students, means we do have multiple forms. This is the student registration form, so which contains the student information. Like this, we have multiple forms. So when you consider one form, that is interrelated data, one form contains interrelated data. So here you have student ID something, student name something. So this is name of the same student. Date of birth is something. It is date of birth of the same student. Date of joining is joining date of the same student. Address of the student. Phone number of the student. Email of the student. And education of the student. So these all pieces of values are interrelated. They are related to one particular student. That is interrelated data. Such interrelated data we have collection. So multiple students information we have. Okay, that's why this is what we say, collection of interrelated data. Collection of interrelated data, right? So altogether, the collection of interrelated data altogether is what we say database. Understand? So totally it is what? Database. This is collection of interrelated data. Conceptually to speak, it is collection of interrelated data. But technically, database is a data storage area. So this is the symbolic representation of the database. Database is a data storage area. Where do we store our data? Store and organize our data in the form of table. This is what database. So this is database. So this is where actually we do store our data in the form of table. Store and organize data in the form of table is what generally known as database. So this is storage mechanism wise. So here we are understanding database. One is conceptually and another one is storage mechanism wise. But anyhow it is the same. The same collection of interrelated data will be stored in this database tables, right? One is student table, one is course table, one is employee table, okay? One is infrastructure table, something like that. The collection of interrelated data you will be getting stored in this tables, right? This is what simply to say what is database. Then what is a database management system? What is a database management system? The database management system is nothing but collection of interrelated data and set of programs to organize the data is what a database management system. The database management system is nothing but collection of interrelated data. Of course, we are saying as per storage mechanism, this symbol represents database, right? This is what database. Okay. To organize data in this database, to access these tables, to organize data in this database, we should have some program, some set of programs, collection of programs. These programs are mainly intended for dealing with the database, tables stored in the database, accessing data from the database, right? Accessing data from the database tables. Read the data from database tables, write the data into database tables, and manipulate data in the database tables. So for this, like this, so many things, so many database operations we can do. for this, there are some set of programs together made a software that is your database management system engine. So these set of programs are useful for accessing data from the database tables. So altogether is a software system. Altogether is a software system. So this is what your database management system software. So database management system, any database management system software contains two things. Any database management system software contains two things. One is database, which is data storage area, where you can save your data in the form of tables. Second one is processing engine. Second one is processing engine. It is set of programs to access and process the data in the database. Altogether is what? Database management system. Okay, I can say like this. This is database. The set of programs is what we say management system. Okay. Database plus management system is what? DBMS, database management system, right? So the set of programs is what? Management system. So what is Rdbms? Rdbms stands for Relational Database Management System. It's also a database management system. It's a database where we do store data in the form of tables, but there is a relationship maintained among the tables is what? Rdbms. Once you try to understand the relationship among the data, actually we can say three different relationships among the data. Okay. Relationships among the data. So one is one-to-many relationship. Second one is first one is one-to-one relationship. Second one is one-to-many relationship. Third one is many-to-many relationship, right? Okay. So these are the relationships among the data, one-to-one, one-to-many, many-to-many. So whenever you consider one-to-one, some information you are storing like one school has one principal. Every school will have only one principal, right? There could not be any multiple principals in a school. So that is one-to-one relationship. So one student has one name. Student ID, student number and student name. What is the relation between student ID and student name? One-to-one relationship. What is the relation between student ID and course? One-to-many relationship, right? So like this, wherever something like one school has one principal, one department has one head, okay, head of the department. Like this relationship, that is one-to-one relationship. Okay. Whereas if you concentrate on one-to-many relationship, so here student, one student can join in a course. One student can join in a course. Like this, there are so many students, multiple students can join in same course. Multiple students can join in same course. In this case, what is the relationship between student and course? What is the relationship between student and course? It is one-to-many relationship, right? Of course, in the reverse direction, we call it as many-to-one relationship also. Here, what I want to say is one-to-many relationship and many-to-one relationship, both are same. Okay. So something like in a department, there could be multiple employees. Okay. Multiple employees works under a manager. Okay. So these kind of concepts, let you take any concept. Okay. So there are multiple products purchased by a customer, but multiple customers can be purchased the same kind of products. At the time, the relationship goes to many, right? So just try to understand. Here I have product 1, product 2, product 3, okay, product 4, like this. So we have customers, something like customer 1, customer 2, customer 3, but customer 1 purchased product 1. Customer 1 also purchased product 2, product 4. Customer 2 also purchased product 1, product 2, product 3. In this case, the relationship among student, the customer and supposed to understand. So you understood what is data, what is information, what is database, what is relational database management system. So here we have to understand what is relational database management system. As part of that, just we understand what are the relationship among data. Here let you understand, here you have a student table, here you have course table, here you have classroom table, here you have books table. So student table is related to course table, student table is related to course table, course is related to classroom, course is related to classroom, and books is related to course. So like this, depends on conceptually, the relationship is maintained among these tables within your database. The relationship is maintained among the tables within your database as per your business dependencies, functional dependencies. So whenever a database management system store the data in the form of table and manage the relationships among the table, such kind of database management system is known as relational database management system. Okay. I believe all of you know about object-oriented programming concepts. Almost since 10 to 15 years, really object-oriented programming concepts are really ruling the programming world. Okay. So here Oracle Corporation and other database vendors incorporate the latest technology and latest advantages of the technology, other technologies into the database technology, right? So similarly, when you are working with Rdbms, please remember, when you listen the term Rdbms, you have to understand that we are working with SQL, structured query language. Okay, SQL is a common database language for all Rdbms tools. SQL is a common database language for all Rdbms tools. This is structured query language. Whereas Rdbms, Object Relational Database Management System, it includes OOPS concepts, object-oriented programming concepts, plus SQL, structured query language. So this is nothing but something like object-oriented programming concepts plus Rdbms. It means OOPS plus SQL. It means OOPS plus SQL. So if you utilize object-oriented features in the relational database software technology, that is what we say object relational database management system. This is simply understanding what is what. So nowadays the latest versions of the Oracle, of course latest version Oracle people released is 12c, but 11g was the previous and 10g was the previous. But even grid computing implementation for normal application development is not there. It is a capability of the Oracle, but mostly the application software development, people may not be, that grid computing and these all things may not be that much advantage to them. In order to development point of view, right? In developer point of view. Okay. So this is what about what? So Oracle is an object relational database management system. Oracle software is a object relational database management system. Once you understand the evolution of the relational database management system, let you understand that before computerization, do we have any business data, processing the business data or organizing the business data? Is there anything? Raja, Naveen, Madhu? Hello?
Sorry, I was on mute. Can you come again, Srinivas?
So actually this data and database, these all terminologies are born with the computerization, or before computerization also it is there?
Yeah, yes, that would be there, like, yes.
So before the computerization also data is there, because before computerization also business was there, right?
Yes.
So whenever you are doing some business operations or something, they do deal with data. Data is not born from the computerization. Data is quite old. Before computerization also data is there, data organization is there, data processing is there.
Yeah.
Right. So before computer, I hope some of you people may saw the bank which is not computerized. Did you ever seen?
Yes, Srini. Yeah, I did.
So in such case, what they do, they write everything in the papers, right?
Yes.
In the books and the files. Okay, they will be maintained. No computer, nothing. So here in this case, the papers and files is what data storage. So what is the data storage? Data stored in the form of files, papers and files, or books, right? This is the manual data storage. So you have to write it, a human being should write data on the paper. A human being should read data from the paper using eyes. Okay. And a human being should search for the data and process the data. So everything human transactions, manual. It is so totally manual operation. So but here there is a lot of problems in the manual data storage in the form of files. Because it takes a lot of time to do something. Okay. So when computerization came to the picture, when the industries are slowly getting computerized, actually the first idea is why don't we store this data computerized in the electronic storage? Okay. The first idea is not really creating a big database management system, nothing like that. So anyhow, we have electronic storage devices. A computer is one of the wonderful device which is using for several purposes. So why don't we store our business data in electronic storage devices instead of storing the physical manual papers? Okay. So in a computer, how can we store data generally? So generally computer means what we consider is hardware and operating system, right? So what are the format, in which format you can store data in the computer? Can someone tell me? Raja?
0 and 1.
Okay.
In the form of 1 and 0s.
Yeah, you are going in the disk level. Okay. Disk reader and writer level, bits and bytes, right? But generally, in a computer, in your operating system, you do store data in the form of files, I do say, okay? You can store something in the form of files and folders. No other formats are allowed in any computer nowadays also, even today. Is there any other formats are allowed?
No.
Definitely no. Your operating system stores data in the form of files. Group of files, logically group of files are what? Folder. This is what well-known thing. Even though you are working with relational database management system, even though you are working with a great software, okay, whatever it is, but actually on the disk level, operating system stores everything in the form of files and folders. Got it? So in the first level, this physical storage, the paper storage, I want to make it into electronic storage. So in your hard disk, we do store data in the form of files. For example, this is employee file, right? This is employee file, which contains employee number, employee name, job, MGR, etc. in first line. That is one employee details in first line. Like this, each line contains an employee detail. This is the file, right? So like this, you may have 100 employee details or 1000 employee details, okay, or 1500 employee details, whatever it is. So generally, when the computerization started, so we begin with storing data into the file, electronic file. Okay. So, but there are some programs. Of course, we was having so many languages right from the beginning of this computerization for processing. So we do write some of the programs. In our knowledge level, let you understand it was C language. Okay, using C language, I have written some programs. If anybody is having at least a basic minimum idea about the C language, you know the C language functions, structures, and file access code files. So C language functions, structures, and files. Using this combination, we can do this kind of programming. So some programs are intended to write the data into the file. Some programs are intended to manipulate data into the file. Some programs are intended to delete data. Some programs are intended to read the data. Okay, some programs are intended to search for the data. Something like that, I have developed some programs. Now if you see, this file is data storage. Now if you see, this file is data storage. These are set of programs. This file contains collection of interrelated data. and this is set of programs. These programs are intended to process this data. It is also a database management system, simply. So this kind of mechanism is what we call as file-based system. So first and foremost, database processing or data processing mechanism, data storage and processing mechanism was file-based system. This file-based system is built on one-to-one relationships. Data would be stored in the form of files. Some set of programs access the file, access the data and process the data. This is what file-based system. In this file-based system, a lot of drawbacks, like if you want to do any transaction. For example, let you assume that there is a file. We have one file with 1,000 lines. 1,000 lines of file is there. Employee details file, 1,000 employee details it contains. Out of 1,000 employees, one employee got salary hike. Okay. So you need to change the employee details, employee salary, right? So if you want to change one employee salary, you have to read all the records. Again, you have to write all the records. So read one by one record, compare, read one by one line from the file, compare with your criteria. If it is not matching, write the record into another file, write the line into another file. So whatever line is matching, take that line into variable memory, okay, to a variable. So, but you can't stop reading. You have to continue reading. Remaining lines also, you have to read and write into the another file, right? Are you clear? So, again, you have to delete the actual file and rename the duplicate copy file and write the new record into that copy file. Like this you have to do. So more number of input and output operations. That is one of the drawback with the file-based system, right? So when the system was in file-based system, the major drawback is to do every transaction, more number of input and output operations are required. More number of input-output operations are required. Okay. That is one drawback. So here if you consider employee details is required to the finance department, HR department and production department, operations department. So there are several ways we have to use the employee details, some kind of data. But one file is for finance, one file is for HR, one file is for operations, one file is for production. Like that, there are 6 files of the same data. Okay, here a lot of redundancy. With the same data, we are having many files. Okay, a lot of redundancy. If some changes done by the HR people in the file may not immediately reflect to the others, they have to get a new file from the HR again. Okay, so like this, the redundancy, data redundancy is not possible, is not good. A lot of redundancy occur. There is no accuracy. And as well, whenever you manipulate something, it may not be available to the others. Okay. So these all are the major drawbacks of the file-based system. Okay. So to overcome the drawbacks of the file-based system, the next level they come up with the database systems actually. This file-based system actually we doesn't consider into database system, but still it is also conceptually database system only. So first database system is hierarchical database system. So to overcome drawbacks in the file-based system is built on one-to-one relationship. Hierarchical database system built on one-to-many relationship. Still there are some drawbacks in hierarchical database system. To overcome those drawbacks, we work with network database system. So next one is network database system. So still network database system is also having some drawbacks. To overcome drawbacks of the early database systems, finally they come up with the RDS, the relational database systems. This is the step-by-step evolution of the relational database management system, right? So all of you clear about just introduction? what is Oracle, what is database management system, what is relational database management system, what are the relationships among the data, and you know your manual data storage and processing system and a file-based system. This much all of you clear, or do you have any questions?
Yeah, Srinivas, like what is like on high level, what are the major drawbacks like in the hierarchical or network database system?
I'll tell you, I will discuss detail about hierarchical
Okay,
database.
yeah, okay. So if you are going, okay, that's fine, yeah.
Yeah. Naveen, Raja.
Yeah, I'm good, Srini.
Okay. Okay, fine. Just today I'm stopping here at this overview level, and tomorrow we are going to discuss about what is hierarchical database system, what is network database system, okay, and what is relational database system, its advantages, disadvantages, drawbacks, okay. Those all things we discuss, and we concentrate on tomorrow. Majorly we concentrate on the data storage mechanism with the Oracle. What happened behind the screen, right? How it will be get stored in the disk. Okay, fine. Just today I'm stopping within almost 40 minutes only. The session is done. So tomorrow onwards we'll continue session for 1 hour. Okay.
Srini, one quick question.
Yeah, Rajan.
What is the major advantage of this FPS?
No advantages.
No? Okay.
When there is nothing, some data storage mechanism, file-based data storage mechanism is given. That is really advantage for those days.
Okay. It's in the beginning of
very
actual
beginning.
Okay.
Yeah. So when there is no car, at least some four-wheeler someone is introduced. That is really great invention, right? That is advantage. But nowadays we are seeing the Audi car, and the society, the world is moving towards the flying cars. Okay. So at the time, if I think about the invention of the car, of course it is history only. Okay. Yeah. Okay, Raja, and can you once contact Samba? Even I'm calling to him, and he might be busy, or it might be late time.
Yeah, even I tried a couple of times. It's going to voicemail.
Yeah, it's going to voicemail. Okay, once can you communicate by tomorrow's session? Once you communicate with Raja and make sure the Samba will communicate to other participants.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, fine. And tomorrow onwards, I'm going to take the complete full-length session, the 1 hour session. Okay. So session starts at 7:30 a.m. India time. Okay, Madhu and Naveen. Just tomorrow I will send you the study material for this Rdbms concepts.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Anyone of you having any questions? Finally. Okay, fine guys. Then see you tomorrow at the same time. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Srinivas. Bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye.